never slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no...
With the extra experience here in Europe, living over here, understanding the culture, because that does impact their performance on track. Modigliani unfortunately falling back in this race. I wanted to give a shout out to Modigliani because he qualified. Peter, I was going to correct myself. We said that Singapong went down in the opening crash. It wasn't him, it was actually Luke as well, Peter, doesn't it? You know, how strong is Veda Pratama going to be all season long? I think in 10th position, which is a cracking step up that he's made, and he's looking Lucas Brown, so our live timing was entirely wrong. Not sure what happened there, but Singapore unfortunately started Indonesia and Malaysia, mind you, with Hakim Danish in his third year. It can be very, very exciting. Really fit coming into this year as well. You can see how much training he's been doing in the winter period. Great seeing down in 21st.
Yeah, so maybe he was involved in that. Anyway,
maybe he was a rider that indeed about their future prospects.
Absolutely, these guys are the class act, aren't they? You know, and it's Brian stuff. And KJ, you know, he's going to be learning an awful lot from this battle. It's a high quality battle.
Went wide or something over the gravel.
Right, so Veda up the inside, no on Iriarte, no. Iriarte, the local hero, who's the one who looks most rattled at the moment, has witnessed that a lot of great riders around him. You know, last year's winner, not least of which, of course, the number 9. He can't do it, but he's got past Hakim Danish, the pole man, and Veda now. A bit of grass cutting that he did just before.
I mean, that's the biggest bunny hop I've seen in Rookies Cup in some years.
5, and he'll pick up a lot from this. A really good step forward, as you say, Matt.
Carter Thompson's also
now sitting in a very threatening looking second place behind Brian Iriarte. And of course,
yeah, so you know, we'll have to, I'm sure Red Bull will sort out a video of that and do the little measurement of how far off the grid. Been doing plenty of racing elsewhere in the World Supersport 300 category. Got a win there.
Pratama set the fastest lap of the race so far in taking that second position.
Round he actually went. Incredible.
He clearly doesn't have, you know, half a second up his sleeve or anything like that.
Towards the end last season and podiums, and he's really been setting the world alight there, I believe. This is pretty fascinating, Peter. I mean, we're not seeing anything like this in Rookies Cup with a trio breaking away.
Does it? You know, all these guys have shown one way or another that they're very much on the limit.
And actually, he's back there this year, although my World Superbike knowledge at the moment's been a little bit the start of the race for quite some time, I would say. I'm surprised to see Pugliese Morelli not as intelligent as Brian is. Is he any more or less intelligent than, you know, Veda Pratama and less than perhaps I would like, but it's been a hectic start to the MotoGP season, so we can't be further up, to be honest with you. But I've got to give a shout out to Carter Thompson. He's leading the chasers in Hakim Danish in terms of his racecraft. I think this lot are all pretty level, to be honest. They're pretty across everything.
So Veda Pratama on the 54, still leading the race, leading that trio.
From the leading duo now, the number 50, well on the case in 4th place now.
Yeah, he's
smart, crafty lads already.
That's right, and I think the great thing is Hakim has learnt so much, and there's still 6 laps to go, and I wonder just who now. It's an unusual since he did a 1:49.5, half a second slower than Iriarte and Co up front. You know, he was self-critical in year 1 and year 2. He knew he made mistakes, and he did do that. As we said, Matt, only having 3 guys battling for the lead, and it's here that you can sort of think about tactics. Well, in fact, a full second slower than Veda Pratama, so they've got to find some paces. He learnt things the hard way, but he has, you know, stashed that 2 years of experience, because there's not a whole host of guys going to go going all over the place on the last lap. These guys, you know, Carter and the rest of that second place group, if they're going to have any chance of catching this trio with away in that head of his, and looks like he's making good use of it. Good riders, very intelligent riders, so I wonder just who...
Oh, and down! Daniel's down, Christian Daniel.
11 laps to go, there's time in it, but they're not doing the pace at the moment.
So, down the back straight, they come in this replay. This was Danish where he overtook Pratama for the lead. Daniel's gone down, oh, that's a big shame in the final corner. He's taken out another rider with him. I couldn't catch which number. As we look down the order, David Gonzalez, another new name as well. He's backed in. Just, yeah, oh wow, and he makes him sit up a little bit as well, very nice. It was, oh, I think it's Tinez, it's the Venezuelan rider, Kerman Tinez, the 70, up further than he qualified. He qualified 12th position, he's only a couple of spaces. Just sending a bit of a message there, go on Hakim.
Right, and here we are again down the back straight.
7 goes down as well. Hapless in that, unfortunately for that duo. That's a big ahead of that, but he's still a lap leading sorry, that chasing pack, I should say. It's Benyat Fernandez.
Again, it's still Hakim at the inside, but it's now Uriarte that comes up the inside of Veda Pratama.
Shame for them.
It is indeed, and let's hope Tinez is sitting there not.
Is recovered. Number 7 now in 7th place as well. And it certainly wasn't a flash in the pan.
We're into 2nd place. Just a lap and a half remaining now. Let's see who's got, if anybody's got, wanting to get up, but let's hope it's just the shock of it and he'll soon be on his feet.
But Peter, and a one lap speed from Ramersdorfer as he's in 5th place still. So
A little bit up their sleeve. This is the time to show it.
Time for a swig of water, lubricate the throat for what's that has left. The likes of Mitani moving right up there as well. 8th position for the Asia Talent. Cut for recovery from that early lap. Getting bullied out the way, I suppose.
And Veda had a nasty moment.
Set to be a grandstand finish again in Rookie's Cup to start us off with the year, Peter.
Come on, stick.
Champion, great stuff from him. And the TV screen says Yaroslav Karpushman
There, I think the front sort of tucked. He'd almost lost it. He's recovered okay, but he's lost ground. It messed up
his crash. No, it's not him. It is just Christian Daniel. That's good. Right. But yes, Peter, I mean...
Get your neck out, have a swig of water, and then tell me who's going to win this one.
Do you know what? It's going to be Hakim Danish.
His corner speed and his drive out of the corner, so he's obviously pushing the limit there because he got himself into a bit of...
What do you do if you're this top 3? Hopefully, you're as intelligent as we believe them all to be.
It's going to be Veda. Veda's going to do it.
Paul Bryan. Well, Bryan nearly proved us wrong.
The trouble in that tight left-hander.
What can you say about Brian Uriarte, Pete? I mean, if there was... You keep it all relatively in order, safe, clean, hard racing, because you all want to win. But boys, it could well be Dinesh, because what did you do, Peter? That was your fault. You need to apologise to him later.
I do.
Anybody who had massive pressure on their shoulders coming into this year, it's surely him, you know, runner-up in the champion. You can all come home with a podium, minimum, if you keep it up right into the final corner with 5 laps to go. Hit it last year, only just as we're seeing here. This is Veda overtaking Dinesh there through.
I do, but actually, I think really it's Brian who might have to apologise, because wasn't it Brian getting it all?
Here's what happened with Christian Daniel Jr. The number 70 in the middle of your screen there, 4th in this pack, just up the inside of the fastest sections of the circuit. That really took a lot of
loose that put him offline anyway.
But so, Peter, that's pretty well lit for Pratama.
Well, he came
a bit too much, asking too much of the front brake. The front wheel, the front tyre says no thanks, and unfortunately Kerman's bravery there.
That did, and he did it beautifully, didn't he? Absolutely superbly.
But as I was saying with Uriarte, I mean,
from that far back on the first lap, didn't he? But it's a different style now. On to the last lap then, it is.
Martinez gets sent several feet